I've been asked over the last months, what are the risks that fire survivors will have to pay the CPUC's $200 million fine against PG&E? Well, we've asked you to trust us that we were working on this, and we have good news to announce. The deal that was originally negotiated with the bondholders said that fines and penalties would be in the $13.5 billion fund. When PG&E was asked to match it, they did. So technically under the deal, the 13.5 is going to pay fines and penalties. But we knew that that wouldn't work. And so when the CPUC came out with this extra $200 million fine, the company very vociferously objected to it, and we joined in expressing dissatisfaction because we thought it would blow up the deal. Now, on April the 20th, the decision of Commissioner Rhett Shaven concerning penalties and other remedies that should be imposed on Pacific Gas and Electric for the role its electrical facilities played in igniting wildfires in its service territory in 2017 and 2018 came out. The commission on April the 20th said, look, with the modifications to the settlement agreement, this decision imposes total penalties of $2.137 billion. There's three components. $1.823 billion of disallowances for fire-related expenditures. That's $198 million more than the proposed settlement agreement. So that just means that PG&E can't seek to recoup these wildfire-related expenses from the ratepayer. Secondly, $114 million in system enhancement initiatives and corrective actions. That's an increase of more than $64 million from the proposed settlement agreement. So the CPUC is saying here, you've got to spend more money quickly to harden the grid to prevent this from happening. So that's good. And then thirdly, and most important for us, a $200 million fine payable to the general fund, which shall be permanently suspended. That's critical. That means that our fund will not fund this $200 million fine. All that money is going to go to fire victims. In addition, the decision requires that any tax savings associated with shareholder obligations for operating expenses under the settlement agreement, as modified by this decision, shall be returned for the benefit of the ratepayers. So that's excellent. So the bottom line is we now have good news. The CPUC fine of $200 million is not coming out of the Fire Victims Fund. That $13.5 billion is reserved for you. This will become a final decision when the CPUC votes on this interim order during its meeting on May the 7th. So by May the 7th, the specter of the CPUC fine coming out of the Victims Fund is going to be eliminated forever. For more information about how the CPUC fine of $200 million will not be paid by the fire victims, go to our website, firesettlementfacts.com.